Hi YouTube viewers, this is Pastor Stuart, and in this video I'm reviewing a King James version from Thomas Nelson. It's their giant print center column reference Bible in premium brown goatskin leather, and it's part of their premier collection. In this review I'll be looking at this Bible's readability, its features and its build quality. So let's start with the readability of this Bible. It features their comfort print font, and the size of the font is 12 points. It is a nice dark font, as you can see, making this very easy to read. The paper is a 36 GSM European paper. It is opaque. There is some show through, but not a lot, and it certainly is not enough to be distracting, and will be much less show through than you would get in normal Bible paper. The text is not line matched. Line matching refers to the technique where the lines of text are in exactly the same place on both sides of the page, and that helps to eliminate the effects of show through. Now this Bible, in some cases, like on this page that you can see now, in some cases, in many cases in fact, or at least in my observations, a fair number of the pages are line matched, but there are other pages that are not line matched. However, to be honest with you, this text does not require line matching because of the excellent paper used and because of the darkness of the font. So this Bible is incredibly easy to read, and I score the readability of this Bible 5 out of 5 without hesitation. Now let's move on to the features, but before I do, let me also mention that, as you can see, this is a verse by verse layout. It's not in paragraph format. Each verse begins on a new line. Also, let me mention that this is a black letter Bible, so the words of Jesus are not in red, they are in black, which is also my preference. I prefer black letter Bibles. So let's move on to the features of this Bible. As you can see, it is a center column reference Bible, and so in the center column between the text, the two columns of text, there are lots of cross references. Now the references are indicated within the text by a superior letter. So for example, in verse 1 of Jeremiah 25, we're in the book of Jeremiah here, you will see the letter A before the word in the 4th year of Jehoiakim. And when you look in the center column for chapter 25 verse 1, and you see the letter A, and then Jeremiah 36 verse 1, so that is a cross-reference for that part of the verse. As you can see, in the center column, the pilot chapter and verse number is in red, which helps to make finding it easier in the center column. It's also worth pointing out that the cross references in the center column that pertain to the left-hand column of text are at the top of the page, and those that pertain to the right-hand column are at the bottom of the page. Now within that center column, you do not only find cross references, you also find various notes, as you can see. And these notes include alternative renderings of the text, alternative translations. They also include literal renderings of the original language. And what is incredibly impressive to me is that they also include definitions of archaic words and expressions. Now, let's look at an example here. And let me just point out the King James Version, that was published back in 1611. And so the English is very old. And what you'll find in the King James Version is that there are various words that either are no longer used today or that are still used but have changed their meaning or are used in a different way. So let's look at an example here. In Jeremiah chapter 24 and verse 2, we read the following. It says, "One basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe. And the other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten, they were so bad." And you see the expression or the word naughty there. The figs are described as naughty, and that's certainly not the way we speak today. If you have a bad apple, you would not call it a naughty apple. But back in 1611, evidently that was a normal way of referring to bad figs. And so that the reader is not confused, there is a superior number 1 by the word naughty, and when we look in the center column for verse 2 of chapter 24, we see the number 1 there and the word bad. So we know that we can use the word bad there instead of naughty in modern English. Now, this particular instance was not that difficult. I think most people reading that verse in context would know that the word naughty there means bad. But there are other instances in the King James Version where a modern reader, would be left scratching their head trying to make sense of the Old English. And so this Bible is very useful for helping the reader to understand those archaic words and expressions. Now, there are other Bibles, for example, the Westminster Reference Bible, which is also a King James Version, that also defines some archaic words, but not as many as this Bible does. The definitions in the center column are plentiful in this Bible that I'm reviewing today, and so I would strongly recommend this to anyone who reads the King James Version and would like to be able to understand it better. Now, this Bible, in addition to that, it also has book introductions as well. So let me just zoom out and show you one of those. So I'll turn back to the beginning of Jeremiah and show you the book introduction. It's just a very brief introduction. There you are. So you can see there the introduction to Jeremiah, very, very brief. Also, this Bible has a concordance at the back. This concordance will not be exhaustive, but it may be useful if you don't have a piece of computer software to hand or your phone to search for a Bible verse. You can see there the concordance. And then after the concordance, we have some Bible maps. They are on a glossy kind of card paper. So those are the maps. And so those are the features of this Bible, and without hesitation, again, I would score the features of this Bible 5 out of 5. I will point out that the notes in the center column are not the original translator's notes that you will find in some other King James versions. They are the notes provided by Thomas Nelson. So let's move on now to consider the build quality of this Bible. Let me mention before we look at the leather and so on, this Bible, the dimensions are as follows. The height is about 10 inches. The width is also about 7 inches. That is when closed. So it's about 7 inches across, about 10 inches tall. And the spine is about 1.5 inches wide. This Bible weighs 2 pounds and 11 ounces. And so it's best used at a desk rather than something you'll want to hold in your hand for an extended period of time. So this is a brown goatskin leather, and it's very, very nice. I'm very impressed with the quality of this Bible. This is by Thomas Nelson, and I want to make it clear that, at least as far as I'm concerned, this is a premium product. I have Bibles by Cambridge, Schuyler, R.L. Allen, and this, in my opinion, is right up there with them. This leather feels very nice. You can feel the grain on the leather. Also the spine, you have the raised hubs. Very nice. It's got 3 satin ribbons. You've got a blue one, a brown one, and a red one. Very nice. It is edge-lined. Edge-lined refers to the way the cover is attached to the text block. With edge-lined covers, you will not have a paste-down liner, and that enables the cover to be nice and floppy. This is a very, very nice Bible. Again, I score the build quality of this Bible 5 out of 5. This Bible also has art gilding, so that when the Bible is closed, the page edges have this kind of gold colour, and when open, it's a light shade of purple that you can see. And so overall, I happily give this Bible an overall score of 5 out of 5. I think this is an excellent Bible. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it at all. It is premium, as mentioned. It is a premium cost, but it's not as expensive, for example, as a Cambridge or a Schuyler Bible. So I strongly recommend this Bible. It scores 5 out of 5. Thanks very much for watching this review, and if you liked this review, please do feel free to press the like button and to subscribe to this channel for more Bible reviews as well as sermons. Thanks for watching. God bless.